Well, we are running a little overtime tonight. Apparently, comedians don't know what 3, 4, or 5 minutes actually means. Oh, that's right. Mark's got to go back to Toronto. Anyhow, we do have a great video reel. I don't want to talk too much longer, but I do have to say thanks to everybody. Of course, I want to thank all our fabulous speakers tonight. My cousin Heather from Halifax, Mandy Montenegrino from Brookfield High School, Howard Lapidus, Mike's manager, Brent Scheisse from Just for Laughs, Mark Breslin, of course, from Yuck Yucks, my good friend Luigi Saracino, Martha Chavez, Matt Billen, Simon Rakoff, Len Ostrovich, and of course, Rich Snyder. I thought I was going to cry tonight. I did, because you made me laugh, Rich. Thank you. I have to thank the fantastic staff here at Algonquin Commons Theatre. Mikey, Lisa, Stephanie, Rachel, especially Ken McLeod, the manager here, thank you so much. Our friends at Ottawa Special Events, Mike, Pete, and the gang. Howie Wagman from Yuck Yucks Ottawa for keeping all the comedy community posted. And thank you all for coming tonight here. Mike would have hated it if the room was empty, so. And I want to do a very special thank you right now to Brendan Mertens. Brendan did all the technical work putting the slideshow together earlier, and the video clip show that's about to go on, he put that together as well. I brought him some stuff, he had some stuff, but he has pulled, I think, 3 or 4 all-nighters in a row to get this ready for us all to watch. Also, in this reel, you're going to see a trailer for a brand new movie that'll be coming out this year, later this year sometime. This is a movie that Brendan was working on with Mike, right before Mike passed, of course, and it features a lot of great comedians. Well, you'll see the trailer. Rich is in it, amongst others. And I want to thank him for all this hard work, because he really put a lot of work into it. Thank you, Brendan. And I want to thank one last person who is going to be, I believe, in the next video coming up, and that's our friend Tom Green. Sent us a video, and we wanted to include it. Anyway, let's get to it. The comedy reel.
Hi, I'm Tom Green. I started doing stand-up comedy in Ottawa 30 years ago when I was a teenager in the basement of the Beacon Arms Hotel at Yuck Yucks. And that is where I saw Mike Macdonald for the first time. And I had never seen anything like it in my life. It was probably 1989, 1990 maybe. And Mike Macdonald was a big star. And it was the first time I'd ever seen a big star in the flesh. I remember when he walked into the club, I was standing in the back of the room, and he had a presence, and he was tall, and he was intimidating. He was wearing a suit, and he went up on stage and just destroyed the room unlike anything I had ever seen or known to be possible. And gave me a lot of inspiration when I went back to Colonel By High School to host my high school talent show. I think I actually might have gotten suspended for swearing on stage. I know Mike worked clean, but I didn't. I remember seeing Mike on Letterman for the very first time and thinking, wow, he's on Letterman. He's from Ottawa. You can be from Ottawa and make it as a comedian. I think so many people from Ottawa felt that way and were so inspired by Mike's incredible talent. And you'll be greatly missed. You're greatly missed, Mike. Rest in peace. And again, condolences to your friends and family who have gathered today. I think he would be so tickled and probably find it funny in some way to see this incredible outpouring of love for him, all over the world. I was at the Comedy Store this week here in Los Angeles talking with several comedians about Mike, and we just owe a lot to you, Mike, as a Canadian, as a kid from Ottawa who had a dream. Thank you for the inspiration, and rest in peace.
I have been very lucky to have strong women in my life right from the get-go. My grandmother was a suffragette before her time. My mother, of course, with her partner, Pink Floyd. And my wife, of course, who I would not be here without. For all the things I've done in comedy, and I've had my fair share of success and everything, but my biggest accomplishment, as far as I'm concerned, is being happily married to the same woman for 31 years in a row. That's my big accomplishment. So that's why, like every night in my act, I mention the organ donation, because I always think that's the least I can do is to bring a little awareness to that, because it's like a cliche, the gift of life, but it really is. It's not a cliche, it really is the gift of life.
I'm here due to the generosity of a donor family. So something to think about on the way home, signing the donor card. Because it truly is the gift of life. And not only is it the gift of life, it is the ultimate recycling program. If you care about the plastic bottles, sign the card. If there's anybody here that does not smoke, drink, or take drugs, we're looking for you. Sign the card. Safe trip home.
What are you doing over there? Because of the remote control, I now have the attention span of a gerbil. It's amazing.
I spent about 22 years in LA. I finally came back to Canada about a year before I got sick.
A veteran comedian has come home to Ottawa for the fight of his life, and he's asking for your help.
He has hepatitis C, and he needs a liver transplant.
I pledge if I come out of this to continue. It's not something I'm going to turn my back on if I get well again.
After my liver transplant for a good year, I couldn't remember a word of my act.
To wake up and feel that you can't do that anymore would be paralyzing.
I had to virtually start over.
Did you use some of the old jokes that had been written down or something?
No, because I couldn't remember them. There are certain people I wouldn't mind getting them at a table and exchanging ideas.
It's amazing for me to reconnect with somebody who was there. And when I talk about being there, it's not like we both started at the same time. Books have been written about it, movies have been made about it. There was something happening that was bigger than us.
Comedy is what comes out of you, and if it makes people laugh, then you're good. If it doesn't, you're not.
That, early on, you seem like a nicer guy, and then there was this period where you were just wave of angry. What just happened? I guess he's doing all right, I don't know.
You know what this documentary needs? I'll come in at the end and I'll say,
Mike, you're in LA. I got you a gig. It's amazing.
Are you nervous?
A little bit. I prepared an American set.
He's going to the improv. You're telling me he's nervous. My whole couch is wet.
And then somehow or another you have to get reminded that you're funny. Because at those moments you're funny.
this next performer has been my friend for almost 30 years. And I'm very, very excited for you guys to see him. He's from Canada. He's hilarious. Mike Macdonald.
Look at him. Look, he whispered. He whispered to him. No, because he said, did we get enough? He said, we got more than enough. We're not going to use a minute. Hey, it's been a thrill, and I'm glad you did it. Don't ever come in this house again.
Every day I heard the same thing in school. So, Mr. McDonald, you think when you get out of school, you're just going to find a job. You can tell jokes all day, is that it? Ta-da!
I'm getting married Tuesday.
Yeah, we'll see. Next year I'll be here with divorce jokes, right?
I'm very happy to be here every year because the last night, Sunday, always falls on my anniversary. I am married for 4 years in a row. I say that only to solicit applause, of course. And I'm just glad I'm not here doing divorce jokes. Men always have the same complaint about that time of the month, you know.
Betsy, Betsy, Betsy. That's how they get, boy. Jeez. Like night and day, the exorcist happening. I don't know, something there. Betsy, that's how they get, you know.
You women know that if the tables were reversed, men would be 10 times bitchier, wouldn't they? Oh, yes, I think so. There's no way men could handle that pain every month. If men had periods, they'd be going, oh, don't touch them, they hurt. Oh, it's grabbing. You're such an animal. You kids get back in your rooms, I'll kill you. Daddy's got a cramp today, leave him alone. Daddy's bleeding, come on, stop. You know better than that. I think men have a very low threshold of pain. And thank God it's women that get pregnant. If men got pregnant, there wouldn't be a kid on this planet. If men got pregnant, they'd be hiding out in caves going, oh shit, here come some women. The women are coming, the women are coming! Okay, what do we do, what do we do, what do we do? Okay, tuck it in, pretend you're one of them. All right. I love my wife, but boy, sometimes she gets jealous for no reason. I mean, besides not wanting to fool around with my wife, I don't think I'm physically able to fool around with my wife because I wear the ring of obedience. That's what I call it, the ring of obedience. It has a mind of its own, it really does, you know. A woman can approach me after a show. Oh, I thought you were very funny. Would you like to go for a drink? It starts glowing. Takes me all the way back to the hotel, boy. My wife's at home with a joystick. Get back to the hotel. What are you talking to that slut for? It's very nice to be here, of course, in Montreal. I hope you don't mind the shirt. I'm too chicken to take it back to the store, and I figure if I wear it once on stage, I can write it off. So, that's nice little perk. I think actually one of the best perks about being a comedian is we're allowed to tell you the truth and get away with it. Hi, Mike, how you doing? Go fuck yourself. He's so funny. We love you. I've lost total patience at the supermarket. I don't know how many times I've been in that express lane, 10 items or less, the operative word, less. And how many times I've been in that line, counting the number of items of the guy in front of me. So wonderful to be back in Montreal, not only, for the obvious reasons that I have a lot of fun when I come here. This also falls around the time of the year where it's my wedding anniversary. And 6 years ago, I stood on this stage and I announced that I was going to get married right after the festival. And I joked that I hoped that I wouldn't be standing here the following year doing divorce jokes. And I'm very happy to say that after 6 years, I'm still not doing any divorce jokes. Thank you. I was thinking, I was curious, it is possible that, when my parents conceived me, that they were playing the popular music of their time. When they were making me. And it's like, I was thinking, I got so curious about this that I actually looked it up in an old Billboard chart book. Now, I was born June 21st, 1955. According to Billboard, the #1 song in North America in 1954 was The Ballad of Davy Crockett. Not really the romantic song I was hoping for when I was looking it up, It's a little Nat King Cole maybe, but it's kind of hard to picture your parents going, Davy Crockett, gigged up the loud day. This is something I really don't understand, the whole issue of condoms. Now, let's put aside the part where you can die without them, because that's not funny. And just no way to make that funny. But the part I don't understand is teenagers today actually say stuff like, I don't like wearing condoms because it takes away from the pleasure. When I was a teenager and some woman said, put on a condom, I was like, let's go. All right, let's go. What, you want another one? Let's go. Are you ready? You feel good now? Come on. You feel safe? Let's go. All right, the Viking hat? All right. Bark like a dog. I'm still going to get laid. I must say, though, that I do not like the terminology, the king of Canadian comedy. I prefer to think of me as the funniest comedian in my price range. So, it's a little easier to live up to, you know what I mean? I think it's funny, the world perception of Canada is that Canadians are too polite. It's not a bad stereotype to have, especially since that whole best lover thing was taken. But Canadians are the best lovers. What? Oh, that's taken. All right. What's left? All right. Thank you. Thanks a lot. There's very little that embarrasses me about being a Canadian, but I have to say that the exchange on the dollar, boy, it's gotten way beyond funny. You know what I mean? It's embarrassing. I want to see how bad the exchange was, so before I came here at the Los Angeles airport, I took a $5 Canadian bill and went to a foreign exchange booth, slipped it underneath the thing, and the guy takes it and does this. Something else I can help you with, sir? I see I'm holding up the line. Better to give it to you than to litter, I guess. Ooh. There's a very good reason why they've never had Rockstar Week on Jeopardy. You'd think they dumb down the answers for the actors. How easy would the rock star answers have to be? Anytime you see Alex Trebek really pissed off, all right, you damn hopheads, listen up! See if we can break this 3-week tie. You're all minus 6,000, so pay attention. Final Jeopardy answer is your name. All right, Steven Tyler wrote down his girlfriend's name, but it is in the form of a question. The judge will say, close enough, you in, get the hell out of here. Get out of here. Bad idea this Rockstar Week. And still the funniest comedian in my price range. Okay, let's get it final once and for all. For you women who live with a guy that hogs the remote on you, that won't give it up, that won't even try to cut back, here's what you do. Pencils ready. You go out and you buy another remote.
You bring it home, you sit down beside him, you wait till he's watching his favorite program, you pull it out. Now, here's the key to the whole bit, right? Don't let him see it, right? If he sees it, not funny. If he doesn't see it, fucking hilarious. So, and then you wait, and when he starts flipping, you start flipping the other way. Right? Just watch him go nuts. What the hell's going on with this damn thing? It's fun for the whole family. Mummy, let me try it. It's Mummy's turn for another minute and a half. Shut up. Best time to pull that stunt with the second remote, the 7th game of the Stanley Cup Finals. I love how the guys can't laugh at that. Hey, wait a minute. Get that commie off the stage. But he's not funny, that's why. All these guys waiting for me after the show outside. Hey, Mr. Funny Man. And the wives in the car going, get in the car, you jerk. Sorry, Mike, he's such a jerk. You have to admit, it would be the funniest time to do it. 7th game of the Stanley Cup Final, you know. Sudden death overtime if you can swing it. Break away, the guy shoots, click, what the hell happened? His head just blows up, you know. Then you have the fun explaining it to the police. I don't know, it was weird. I was in the kitchen getting him a beer, and now there's head all over the living room. Well, I'll say it's weird, yes. Very weird. I don't know how you're going to explain this one. I don't know. Oh, excuse me, insurance man's here.
Oh, yes, the king of Canadian comedy. Oh, how nice. A little while ago, I'm in Windsor doing a show. Guy who booked me there decides to save a couple of bucks by putting me in a hotel in the industrial part of town. And it's a real dump. And yeah, I can tell it's a real dump because as soon as I get in the room, I notice there's no remote. I have to sit there, pull up the chair, changing the TV manually. Which is hard to do because, I mean, think about it. When's the last time you actually touched your television set? You know, PWR, what the hell? Oh, power, that turns it off. All right. I can't handle this. I'm going to phone the desk. Oh, the phone's got a dial on it. Oh, my God, how do you... What year is it? I got to get a taxi. It's a horse. Man, what a dump. The worst part of it, I don't eat just before the show because I like to be awake for the show. So by the time the show's over, though, 1 or 2 in the morning, it's tough to get something to eat because there's nothing open. The only thing open is Burger King across a 6-lane highway. I have to run across a 6-lane highway, dodging cars and stuff, get to the Burger King finally, the door's locked, and I realize it's only the drive-thru that's open. So now I gotta walk over to the speaker. Yeah, can I get a Whopper, large fry and a Coke, please? All right, sir, bring your car around. So now I'm standing there behind 2 cars. And the guys in the cars are probably going, what the hell's that guy doing? Keep an eye on that guy. I don't trust him. And wouldn't you know it, with my kind of luck, a car pulls up behind me. It's a whole carload of like Wayne's World. Hey, dude, you forgot your car. Beep, beep, beep. Oh, God. I start flashing the lights. The guy in the front thinks they're flashing at him. He gets out. They got a big fight going on. I was like, oh, I just want my food. I had to run across the 6-lane highway again, get back to the hotel. Just before I get to the door, I drop my Coke. There's no way I'm going back for another cup, you know. Figured that I had the machine, you know, probably, you know, something in a hotel to get a drink. Nothing. No machine, nothing. So here I am, 3 o'clock in the morning, sitting in my room, changing TV manually, eating a Whopper, fries, drinking Windsor tap water. Thinking I'm the king of Canadian comedy.
All right, I gotta check out the tuning for a minute, all right? Oh shit, that E string. Oh, wrong way, sorry. See what that sounds like? Oh, close enough for rock and roll. Check out my new pedal. Sounds okay, so here we go. Rock and roll fantasy in my room, one of my most embarrassing moments of my life so far. In my room. One, two, three, four!
What do you think you're doing?
I'm just playing a little tennis in my room, Dad.
Tennis? In those clothes?
It's like rock star clothes. Coked.
I think you got rocks in your head. Did you get a job yet?
I'm supposed to phone these people in Montreal.
All I know is you better find one real fast so you can pack your things and get out! Now clean up this pigsty and get outside for supper and put away that stupid tennis racket!
Yeah, someday they'll pay to see this, Dad.
What was that?
Oh, nothing. Thank you very much. You've been a dynamite crowd. God bless y'all. Good night! God bless. Good night.